Hello and good morning. So this is going to be the Research and Shenanigans video. I'm actually redoing it because, well, I got a little bit more info on rakes today as to why a particular nerf had been happening. Namely, the rock artillery nerf. If you've done a beast unit run, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And in terms of you just line up all your beast units, just have them sit on the back, sit on a cliff, whatever, and then just pretty much squash everything with boulders. And yeah, you've probably gotten people knocked off cliffs and whatever else by their boulders before. Why they never bothered to just attack with them, who knows? Apparently, if I understand this right, it was mostly just due to the fact that they were supposed to be using their strength stuff at all times, and... Or, actually, no. Actually, I'm completely misreading that, aren't I? Yeah, so... They're set up to use a deck setup now, so... While it seems inexplicable that they didn't use their boulders before, now it at least makes sense. And also the utter cheese potential is gone there. So, for that, I'll pull up another one here. Wow, there's a lot of stuff here. I believe that's all the way over here, yes. So this is the, yes, thank you. Thank you, frame skip thing. I think we're all right for now, though. This is the Order of Spork Fury. The one challenge run I really would never recommend of the original. This was just some random idea to literally try to use every single class in the game for a single run, and then just, like, you just use your lowest EXP units, and yeah, let's just say that it was unpleasant. Like, even getting everybody up to 19 was an exercise in not throwing the game out a window. Yeah, some stuff's gotten new names. I figured this is a good file to show some of the new stuff people have gotten, because I'd gone and crafted people things and all that. So, alright. Skill-wise, it's been mentioned before. I figured to mention it again. Yeah, all of the passive, just regular buffs, like, especially I'm glad that the health one's gone. So, your health, strength, defense, I believe your dodging abilities too, those are just gone. People get those same things from their equipment now, which, again, awesome. So, and this was covered in the other one too, but yeah, so you go to here, like let's say they've got a Brigandine. Let me show these things here. So to show the difference, yeah, like a Brigandine, 20 defense, 25 health, 10 to avoidance. Go over to this armor here, you get more health, get more defense, and get some vitality and resistance out of it. Or this over here. This is another one that's not really... I guess the main difference is whether they have arms or not. I don't believe I had any of the super crazy stuff on this save file, so we'll go to that one afterwards. But it seems like... He said it was light armor, heavy armor, cloth armor. The way I like to think of it is, you know, vests, plate, and cloth. But either way, sort it in your mind as you will. Yeah, just leggings seem to mostly provide the same kind of stuff. Gloves seem to be useful for different stuff, like they've got the defensive ones and they've got the dexterity ones. So like these ones give defense, strength, and intelligence. It seems in general there's a good mix of different kinds of stats from different kinds of equipment. So, less of a flat upgrade system of sorts. Hat-wise, yeah, they all provide different kind of stuff. The crafting stuff is just entirely a flat upgrade now. So, there's no additional stuff added in most cases. Like in this case, its regular resist silence is a little higher. Yeah, in general, it's just going to be a flat upgrade. It's not going to be, like, for example, the friggin' Scorpions. The Scorpion plus ones, it's not going to be, hey, here's a fairly generic spear that we're calling a Scorpion for no apparent reason. Oh wait, now it does poison because you spent a crap ton of time getting all those ingots to actually get it leveled up. I'm calling it leveled up because they gave it a +1. Now, crafting-wise... Let's go to here. In general, this stuff has been made a little bit more simple. A lot of the rare stuff has been taken out. Most of this stuff is going to be available at the store. I believe all of it might be, from what he was mentioning. Yeah, so just in general, this seems simpler. Again, thrown weapons, you don't have to make them one at a time anymore. Like, if you make an upgraded Wishelli or whatever, then you've just got a pile of them. They're really heavy, though. Which is good. That was... I can't believe they didn't have that in the game originally. That is just perfect. So all of these, you just craft directly from ore now. They got inferior and refined and purified. Yeah, a lot simpler than before. Going to the shop as far as what's available ore-wise. Got all this stuff that is the wrong menu. Yeah, inferior, which I believe is upgraded to the other ones, if I'm not mistaken. Meteorite, what's that do? Oh, and yeah, as mentioned before, a lot of these random things have been... Where is it? A lot of these have just been remade into random vendor trash. So you can kind of see where their expenses lie. Ooh, dang. Apparently ye old Viagra is a bit more expensive than war bonds. Okay, I'm loving this though. Oh man, that's perfect. Oh, it makes so much sense for the time too. Alright. The class marks, you can get a lot more stuff at the store now. Although this is, you know, pretty late game stuff. But yeah, you can get a lot of the stuff from the store now. So that's good. What's a servant? Familiar? Okay. Is the option here for kind of looking to see if the special classes were here too. I understand you can craft those, but I'm not entirely sure where to craft them. It mentioned in the specific book you needed in the PDF. But anyhow, enough of that. On to what can be seen as Shennanigans. So, I believe I mentioned earlier here, one of the cheesiest things that you could potentially do in the original one, well, if you ran into any trouble, was to use rock artillery. Now, all the rock stuff has been changed. Let's just get a fight one of these days. I'm honestly impressed it's taken this long. There we go. Alright. Let's get... Ah, screw it. Let's just get all the beast units in here. Just try to show off some of the changed stuff. Actually, let me get the thief in here, too. You get in there. Who else? There's Gildas to represent the White Knights. Get Ranger in here. Unfortunately, Azelston has come down with a bad case of dead, so he won't be showing up. Alright, and let me see if I can actually afford this skill to this guy real quick. Should be able to. Boot Trap. He already has it. Doesn't need dodge anymore, because that does not exist. So go down here. Apparently booby traps have been made incredible now, so we're going to go ahead and try those out a little bit. Let's see if we can give him a thrown weapon. Why are we lagging a little bit again? I'm not sure. Oh well, that'll have to do. Only his Chris dagger, I think it was like a Chris +1. He's in Sundang now. Really liking the recolor on the Brigandine Zone, by the way. Oh. I should probably make sure Gildas has all his stuff. You're a White Knight, yeah? Alright, what kind of interesting stuff? Okay. So he's got most of his cool stuff. A lot of them, a lot of different classes have been given stuff like Tactician and whatnot now, which is pretty awesome. Actually, I might take out Vice, because, okay, actually I can just show this one as it is. So, he redid Warlocks to be simpler, sorry, pinching my nose because it was itchy, to be more similar to their GBA counterpart, so they actually have weapons now. I like that they have been given one-handed katanas, since they seem to be, I guess, less used. I mean, sword's a sword, yeah, but either way, it's cool that they have these ones. They seem to like more, I guess, special blades in KOL. Either way, so they got cudgels, books, katanas, daggers. In general, the swords seem to serve them best, as far as I can tell. Swords and spellbooks, actually. Since this Biblian Sakri seems to be stronger than any swords that I have on hand for this guy. But he's been given stuff like counterattack, so that's neat. I'm not even going to save this, so I don't know why I'm bothering to buy those skills. Been given stuff, you know, in general for being able to fight better. I got Tactician, got Treasure Hunt, Reflect Damage, and, I mean, this is only level 19, so there's all that. Also, appears to have been given the entire Resonance tree, so that's, you know, thumbs up right there. Gorgon Key, I still don't know if... I guess it'll remain to be seen if that's going to be useful. I assume it will be, because it seems like most of the skills seem to have some sort of purpose now. So I'd assume Gorgon Lock lasts longer, or something like that. Yeah, let's see. Absorb MP. Counterattack. I mean, in general, this is a good, you know, mix of different stuff. So I'm not going to be using him. Not really a point in this one, because I want to show off these guys. Okay, Vice and the Ranger thing here. So, seems like their recovery time is a lot better this time around. I could be wrong, but I remember him always just lagging behind. Agility and avoidance and dex are pretty noticeably higher than everything else. His resistance is still kind of crap, which is fine. As I understand, he's supposed to be more of running damage dealer now. Don't know how much of these have been upgraded, but apparently he's supposed to have more of a role now. Reflect damage sounds nifty. Let's pop that on you. That sounds really good for his kind of setup. Yeah, Tactician and maybe some Treasure Hunt. Yes. It's still affordable. And yeah, so I really like having Treasure Hunt on everybody. Maybe not everybody, but it seems like a lot of classes have gotten it. Actually, out of curiosity, who hasn't gotten Treasure Hunt? Alright, you have it. You have a version of it. Yeah, so I think everybody might have some version of Treasure Hunt. Let me check. Yeah, you do. Alright, so I guess it's just the 1 or 2s that end up coming later for some. So, yeah. Very good upgrade there. Never made sense that so few things got Treasure Hunt. But that's a neat little upgrade. I probably should have had a Griffin in here instead of 2 dragons, but whatever, we'll call it as it is. So now, this team would absolutely just stomp anything before. So, now, they're a lot less accurate, they do less damage. I mean, I believe this would have been like an 80 with probably 70-80% chance to hit before. These guys, dramatically nerfed in terms of their rock abilities, but supposedly their magic-y stuff is better. And let's take a look here. Resistance seems to be their highest thing, intelligence is decent. This is without their equipment, by the way. There are craftable items for them to equip to improve their various stats. Don't really have any of those on hand for this one. Like I said, this isn't entirely a fully set up full file. This is just more of an old challenge run that I left behind because it was grating on my nerves, which rarely ever happens, but I just got tired of grinding fights. So, these are still pretty strong, all things considered, but dramatically less outright overpowering than before. And also, it seems like some of the stronger ones, like dragons, they seem to have a lot less range now. I'm doing alright. Test out some of these traps, because that's really what I want to do. Alright, need a 20 for that. Go ahead and slashify this guy. Didn't get enough points. Oh well. But as I understand it, there's beneficial traps, there's far more damaging traps to the point where they can actually kill stuff now. So, it's beautiful there. Also, yeah, these moves. The new names, I mean, Thunder Beast. It's basically just slashing something with lightning and then they get shackled. A lot of the new debuffs that are added are really fantastic. there's a lot more bind and shackle and stuff like that, so more debilitating moves and less annoying moves, like friggin' leaden. Freaking leaden. All the time. Like, everybody spams dead weight, and then you're just taking extra turns to do the exact same thing you would have done. Alright. So these guys are roughly on par with crossbows by the looks of it. Now let's see what their success rates are. You know what? That seems to be better. I could be wrong, I could be misremembering, because I really don't like using these guys much. But that does seem dramatically better. They seem to have the original rock range, though, with a lot less power behind it. There's a Vice, putting out some good stuff. Oh, crap, man, that is some freaking damage on you. Alright. Feels like maybe he has more. Let's go here. And now let's check out these traps. Bounds, restores ooh! Okay, so we got a future heal to put down. Charges a quarter of MP. Charge... Oh, crap, that is really good. Alright, inflicts sleep, inflicts charm, slow, ivory tower, I believe that's, Wait, which one is that? I believe that's the one that's, you slow down, no, it can't be. Well, you know what, we'll check that out probably. Lightning, air, ice, weaken, and stun, okay. Alright, let's check out this. One of you is going to end up attacking from this side, so we'll drop that there. On you for funsies. Dang. Also, I could be wrong, but it feels like the crit rate in late game is much higher than it was before. I'm noticing in a lot of cases, like especially with double attackers, like specifically ninjas and rangers, their crit rates are just utterly annihilating stuff to the point where it almost doesn't even make sense to keep double attack on anyone because they just knock them away and that's it. Lightning burst. Unless a grand lightning touched. Yeah, that hasn't really changed. Not that there was a whole lot of purpose to that, but I figure he doesn't really have much else to do. Chuck a rock at your face and you're dead. What a shame. Oh yeah, late game healers, by the way, are gross. Like, they can do 150 per round. Alright, so he's in the trap, and what do happen? Oh! Okay, that's it. Those guys are on my team now. That is happening. That is incredible. That's a free move, too. So, wow. Wow. Ooh, and Drainheart is pretty baller now. It kind of seemed to have a problem of only healing like 20 health before. There's actually a point. Alright, let's check out some of these moves. Ooh, Crimson Note. Nice name. Crushing fire damage. Has a chance to inflict weaken. Okay, that's the same. Tail Lash. That seems harsher than it was before, but I could be wrong. It might be exactly the same. Let's see. Stunbringer. Reduce RT. Okay. Has that changed? I don't know if that's changed. Either way, that's ridiculous if it hasn't. And Rampart Shadow. Okay, I'm gonna drop this out here just out of curiosity. It feels like it's gonna be kind of useless, but I have to know. Okay, it feels like Rampart Shadows have more health. I believe they only had one before. And how much can you do? 2. Okay, so they last 2 hits now. So yeah, those are dramatically more useful. And this seems like a good setup for a double attack. Slash and crit. No. Worth a dream. That could have been useful, but oh well. Alright. Now, can you drop... I want to see if you can drop traps underneath people. Let's say... Ooh, Envenom. I can't target units. Alright, Dispel, Fear, Curse... Quicken, Bewitch... You know what? This could be incredible, because you set up a couple, like maybe 3 of them in front of some archers and have them take a step forward and get Quicken and all fire at the same time. Oh. Actually, no. Hang on, what is the purpose of this? Because it gives you another turn right away, but does that stack with your existing turn? Alright, gotta test this. Do that. Drop a Sundong on this guy's back. Alright, so we go here, end a turn on it. Well, that seems to have recovered his RT, not immediately, but it does seem to have given him an almost immediate second turn. Okay. It's got uses. Good for future cheese potential. What else can be tested here? I'll probably test out some more with those traps. Man, the rogues are incredible now. I keep wanting to call them thieves because so many of the things got changed to be similar to FFT. In my mind, anyway. Actually, what yeah, they're still called rogues. There's roguelikes. I'm liking some roguelikes. Also, I guess this is supposed to be a WoW reference. Frostmourne over there. I think that's the... Honestly, I never played WoW, but I've seen enough to know what the whole Lich King dealie was. Alright, Heartbreaker. Resets MP to 0. Okay, so this is just a flat-out anti-mage one. Perfect. Accuracy is modified by TP. Not terribly huge damage off that, but good. He's more specialized for tricky stuff. Now, actually, you know what this trap thing reminds me of? There was this trick you could do in FFTA. There was a Smile Toss combo, in which you could effectively get infinite turns by, well, just using this thing that basically granted an instant turn to the next guy, except you could have 2 of them just tossing them back and forth, and they could just relocate themselves to anywhere on the map. Alright, so Apostate, I believe that is 1 free magic ignore. The reset... Oh, yes. Okay, so it's a TP resetter. Perfect. Lasered and petrified. Oh man, I have to see how this works. Oh well, go step on that. Oh, that's awesome. That is too good. He got friggin' fried by the sun. Alright, go ahead and eat her. Or don't, fine, whatever, see if I care. A couple of these on the front could be pretty useful. That's pretty respectable recovery, all things considered. Not excellent, but I want to see how well the Dark Knights do with that. I love their lack of accuracy. Makes it balanced. Alright, now can you do electric damage with your rocks is what I want to know. I'm gonna reset this a little bit because I want to see. I might just hit one of my own guys to find out. Okay, no, so their buffs still don't apply to their rocks. I kind of want to wait a turn just to see Thunder Beast. Alright, go ahead and punch him. I really don't know why I don't have counter on Gildas. It seems like an oversight. Bad blood. water damage, and inflicts poison. That's the same. Let's see, does ice, and in an area. Is that the same as before? No, that's completely different. Okay, so it's an... Okay, cool. That is an AoE sleep ability. Fantastic. Alright. Melee accuracy is far higher than their rocks. I'd like to see that. He said it was because they were switched over to a dex-based thing for their range damage. But since their physical and ranged are basically calculated the same way as far as I can tell, their damage is the same, it's their accuracy that changes. Slash you for that sweet TP action. Need more TP for your bunghole. He's all charged up anyway. Take your turns, everybody, take your turns. It's not like she can go anywhere anyway. Alright, let's see if Thunder Beast, if it's the same as before. Ooh, it's ranged now? Oh, is it going to be the, like, the summon ability? Nice. Alright, that's pretty freaking metal right there. Yeah, trying to copy with Almond Milk today, it's pretty amazing. Going on a sort of diet thing, apparently 1% is not diet enough. Anyhow. Let's take a look at your stuff. So, usual two-handers. Okay, two-handers, axes, hammers, cudgels, so they've already got more options. I believe they just had two-handers and axes before. Demon Pact. Okay, that makes more sense than what they had before. Actually, I believe they just had, did they even have a recruit ability? You know, I don't know, and I don't... I don't have it. I was gonna look around for my Vita, see about putting it on there. This remains to be seen, because I assume barricades are much better now. I want to do another one to test out barricades. So Shadow Break is at least useful now. Takes 1 turn instead of 2. I'd like to see that. Whoa, there's some loudness going on outside. Absorb, Reflect, Tactician. Alright, that's good stuff. And Immunity to Rampart, that's fine. What else? Usual resist set up here, Overpower, which frankly it seems like you would want this on them, because they already get pretty significant overpower abilities from their weapon only. So they start off with kind of like a ghetto version of overpower, just through their weapon, and it goes up and up and up. Seems like different ones start getting different stuff. He's not at the point of being able to use a Desert Blade yet, but it seems like late game it goes up to a +2 on overpower instead of +1. So, just pretty much right off the bat, if you give them overpower, they've got +3, and they're pretty much going to start ignoring parry and deflect, or pretty much just parry all the time. Which makes sense because they've got a big weapon. Although they still need to know how to do it. Their weapon just helps. Alright. Check out the ninja stuff. Alright, Art of War. Do tell. Alright. Sidearms, bows, crossbows. Okay. Crossbows, I do believe, are a new one. Who else gets them? No. I believe crossbows are new to them. Daggers, they've had. Fists, they didn't. So I believe a fist crossbow combo would be pretty good on her. Check that out. Parry and... Okay, they get parry and deflect now. Let's drop a parry on you. I haven't taken a look at her stats yet, so we'll see if that's utterly amazing or not. Same thing, Tactician, Reflect. I think Reflect would be good on a squishy. And what does Steel Stance do? Okay, that's up to 100 TP now, so I assume it's probably going to be as good as the original, it's just balanced now. Alright, let's get rid of Sidestep, put in some Reflect. Alright, most of your skills don't exist anymore, and these slots can be used for stuff that matters. I'm not going to use you for this stuff. What? Okay, so ninja stuff still exists. I'll probably have to go buy some stuff to see if it still works. Actually, no. You keep your katana stuff because I want to check out some of your kill moves. By the way, I'm not going to be able to cover absolutely everything. They don't have everybody using everything and all that. It's just kind of like a general shenanigans kind of thing. What else? Probably gonna put items on someone. We'll say crossbows just for the hell of it. You've got all your other stuff, so that's nifty. Who else? Yeah, swordmasters. Let's see what you can learn. Okay, you can actually use all your swords, not just two-handed katanas. Good. So I'd imagine a swordmaster with a two-hander is probably pretty amazing. Mind's Eye. Alright, evade all melee attacks. I mean, that's pretty much the same as before, as I recall. Alright, Mighty Strike still only applies to katanas by the looks of it. Probably take that off him later. In a different run anyway. Let's see. Melee attacks with attack on its own does not apply to attacks from outside the unit's attack range. Okay. That's fine. Reflect, Tactician. Ooh, you can double attack. That is good. Okay, you also get Steadfast and Siege now. That's good. Yeah, Preempt with Knockback used to be really good. Especially now with a two-hander, that seems like that would be amazing. You get some stagger on it, get some really high damage. Throw that on there. Yeah, alright, so they just seem better in general. Actually, I would think using double attack, katana on one hand, sword on the other. Let's be frank here, the only difference is one came from Asia, one came from Europe, but whatever. Yeah, that seems like a good thing, because then they could still use their ability if they needed to, which... Let's check out the cost on that. Is that cheap now? I mean, that seems reasonably cheap. So, just 25% extra. So they would have that kind of extra... well, let's see here. How much is double attack TP-wise? Well, it doesn't say, but... I think it's just double the weapon, which... I don't know if that's going to be double or not. Well, either way, you don't have to risk accidentally critting the guy and missing your second shot, so... Mighty Strike with one of them. Have regular sword in the other one, since there seem to be better, double-edged sword abilities. Or, not abilities so much as just weapon options later on. Or just in general, really. Alright, maybe. So we'll check that out. Alright, Knights. Okay, I believe Rally's a new one. Because, yeah, it removes fear and bolsters TP. So that right there sounds like a game changer. At least on paper. The Guardian Force, same as it was before. Is a Rally a free move or no? It does count as an action, okay. Well, no wait, because all these other ones are freebies. So, yeah, that sounds like a freebie to me. Only 40 TP, also. Okay, that's good. So that would be amazing to have one of them in the front line, then. Recruit, Guardian Force, the same as before. Yeah, Phalanx. Same as it did before. Rampart Shadow. Just a better version of what it had before. Swords, axes, and hammers for their main ability. Fair enough. I understand why it's not here. Always wanted to see polearms on here, but whatever. It does not matter. because that would just be overpowered as hell. Oh yeah, so I was told that they actually can't learn healing abilities now. Let me see if that's... They can't learn healing abilities, how about that? Good. Good, good, good. So, looks like healing is specifically for, is it even White Knights? I think it's just Paladins, so it's... Just Hamilton then, huh? Yeah. So Hamilton, the Lady Healers, mainly just all the versions of Kashwa, Clerics, and Familiars. Alright. Fantastic. Right, and Airy Heal is just for Clerics and Kashwa then. In one of her classes. Alright, cool. Let's see, Draconic stuff... Yeah, that's about as expected. Now, War dances. Alright, where's my ninja? You a ninja? You're a ninja. Or Kunoichi, whatever. Now, I need you to learn some crap. So, war dances. Can't even use them yet, but whatever. So these are MP based now, finally. So I'm gonna see if she can actually use any of these. I really don't know. It seems like she's already learned a lot of them, so... Oh, whoops. Maybe I should be checking if she can actually use them. Oh well, that's why we're not saving. What else? Alright, these kind of moves... That is to say, area kind of vertical attacks. Just seem to be casters now. That's fine, that's pretty close to how it was before, if I recall. And... really, I think that covers setup for the moment. Oh yeah, cudgels. They don't suck as much. They still kind of suck, don't get me wrong. But they don't suck as much. Hello! So continuing on, yeah, little one had a little bit of a mess to clean up. So, going through this stuff here, I was just basically saying it's nice that finally, you know, if it says they can use cudgels, they can just use cudgels. That isn't the inexplicable mace tree. I don't know what the hell the deal was with the original. For years I was trying to figure out if there was any possible use for that. Tried a cudgel only run, it was just simply inviable without... If you got a bunch of classes, essentially made them just heal on loop over and over and over, and then smacked stuff over and over until you got a kill move with the thing, and then just use those for your main damage source, yeah, sure, eventually it was viable, and eventually they maxed out that skill. And you know what? Eventually your sanity would slip away too, so that wasn't particularly fun. Pretty much just dropped right off the bat. I ended up dropping it around Chapter 2, because screw all kinds of that. Alright, so yeah. Whips, they kind of have their space now of attacking diagonally. Also, they've got False Strike on them, so they're a pretty good support ability. As far as... if, let's say you're attacking in a formation where you have, let's say, a spear guy going in, they attack first. Let's assume you give them some light equipment, so they go first. They poke a guy. You have a second guy go in. You know, let's assume that poke... It doesn't really have any second effect, if I recall, so they just do a poke. Second one goes in. Let's say you give them a two-hander or something. They go and they get stagger on them. This one comes in from the side, gets a false strike on them. I mean, you can just have them going in, opening everybody up, and then they'll just be easy pickings from there. So, potentially awesome flank units, making use of these. Books just seem to do what they did before, just better. They give an MP bonus now, as well as an int bonus. I don't believe they did that before. Alright, so moving on, I guess I should probably do that whole thing with the fighting or something, huh? Actually show off some of these. Ooh! I should take a look at what's new on hers. So, let's see, Tidal Bore. That's a normal one. So, that's just water and poison. We got Lightning and Shackle. Pretty cool. I believe that one's new. Let's see, Demon Rose is Ice and Bewitch, which, yeah, I want to say that is changed, because I think before it was something else. I want to say it was just Charm or something before. Could be completely wrong. Alright. So, Ivory Tower, immune to physical attacks next turn. Now, that, combined with that trap thing from earlier, that seems incredible. Because then you need somebody saved at a particular spot, you go drop a trap, you see their turns next, they go attack a guy, basically get the function of untouchable, if anyone plays XCOM, but anyway. Let's see, Negate, HP Infusion, I want to say all this, a lot of this stuff is new. They had Liberate, they had Intimidate, they had Dragon Slayer apparently, as well as Beast Slayer, but I don't believe they had HP Infusion. They might have had Intercession. I don't believe they had Gorgon Key. They certainly didn't have all this stuff. Yeah, you know, that is even scarier than before. And actually, it looks like her RT got nerfed a little bit. She seems a little slower now. Possibly. I could be misreading that, but she is, then again, she is heavy with a whip and everything else, and she seems to be doing just fine on RT. Yeah, okay. So she's still fast. Seemingly not as fast as before, though. Yeah, so let's see. Let's get into another fight, check out some more of these shenanigans. I'm just going to continue doing Time Mouth, because I consider it to be the easiest one to actually show stuff off. Also, I'm going to have to put him in here, because there's an awesome change I absolutely love that they did to Meditate. If you've ever seen a V8 commercial, it's basically that. Alright, let's check these two out. Those coming in this turn. Let's throw you in here. Yeah, I don't have Deneb, I'll be honest. I never had the patience to go and get Deneb. Even, like, on this one, I'm pretty sure I went and got all the orbs and whatever, but I just could never be bothered to go and get all the pumpkins and whatever else. So, you know, bummer and all that, but not a terribly huge loss, I hope. Actually, you know what? I wonder if that's possible to change. Can she just be recruitable without, how do you call it, utter BS and insanity? Because I don't really want to spend, like, 20-plus hours recording, trying to get a character. If at all possible. I mean, she's good, but come on, not that good. Maybe she got made amazing, I don't know. Right, and then I'll have a Necromancer in here, which, by the way, there was a lot of saving and reloading to actually be able to get a Necromancer that was recruitable. There's one fight around the end of Chapter 3, if I recall correctly. That's the earliest time you can ever actually get a Necromancer. Yeah, that was a bit of a bummer, because like 5 fights in a row I get to the very end there, and it's telling me that he's kind of discontent, but it's still only given like a 4% thing to actually recruit him. Oh well. Let me double check that Griffin and Golem, because I believe they do not have any skills. And again, bear in mind, this is without their actual item. Sparagmos. I'm certain that used to be fairy only before. Yeah, this is what used to be, I think it was like Bloody Hook or something like that. It was their HP stealing move. Yeah, so that got improved. Talon Dive, this used to be, something that sounds very similar, but this used to be that ability that they all had. So that got changed to a melee-only move instead of, oh, Numbing Hook, that's what it used to be called. So that got changed. Hurricane, I want to say it had a different name, but same effect. Feather Step. Okay. That seems kind of specific for a slot, but alright. Oh, and an air buff. I'm fairly certain that's new. Dash, I'm fairly certain they had. Not really 100% as to why they would need a move to specifically remove Leaden, although it is a free move, so neat. Right, Tactician, hell yes. And I would get Reflect, but not a whole lot of point for that. It seems like they got rid of their Dark Breath. Alright. No fortify, obviously. Just gonna throw whatever I can on here. Sparagamos. And yeah, sorry for the random chips on the lag there. I thought I got all the settings in there, so I'm pretty sure that's just an emulation quirk right now. Alright, anything just shove in that last slot? Yeah, augment air. There we go. There's 2 last slots. Oh well. And you. What do you still have? Okay, you don't have this stuff, obviously. Got knockback, counter, rampart, still got all that. Lariat. This used to be Raven Eye. Seems to be the same move, with a higher TP cost and a better name, because what the hell was Raven Eye anyway? And I especially appreciate the name, because the wife and I have been playing Sun Moon lately, and she has the friggin' fire one with the friggin' dark lariat thing that one-shots everything. Dang it. Still won most of the fights, though. Broadened Force, increases Rampartora, that's good. Okay, medium slashing. I wanna say that's... No, Granite Fist is right here. I don't remember what this one is called. But yeah, slashing... Let's see, has a chance to stun. Okay, no, that is a completely different move then. Completely new. Heaven's Tear, that's what I was thinking of, but no, that's its own thing still. Rampart Shadow, can that be... I'm curious, does Broadened Force apply to Rampart Shadow? I'm gonna have to test that out. It'd be really cool if it does, because then they can be your absolute wall. Alright. Neat, neat, neat. Actually... worth checking. I thought they might have had a, some kind of thing to shove on there, maybe some other item got replaced. And I believe I had Canopus on here as well. Let's see here. What's new on your Vartan? Because they did go back to their jack of all trades kind of situation. Alright, so they got more magic options this time around. Fists, daggers, axes, spears. Thank you. But, yeah, I don't... How does he have spears already? I'm 90% certain he didn't have spears before. Is that a bug? Maybe spears got replaced with something else. I remember being specifically pissed that he couldn't use spears. This had to have been something else. Oh well. Cudgels, hammers, sidearms. Neat. I believe he didn't have crossbow before. Okay, I'm pretty solidly certain he didn't have overpower. What else? Reflect, I really like Reflect on everyone. Huapango... I don't know, I've never been a particular fan of this one. That seems to have lost its actual ranking, even though it's talking about ranking. That seems to be guaranteed now, I would assume anyway. So Stagger and Arrowverse, I don't know, it seems like it could be a good opener for something else, but I don't know. So Elcolas, yeah, True Strike and Air Touch, it just seems like this is better, you're getting the same result. I mean, supposedly, if you gave him, you know, his own little squad to run with, use this on one turn, had him run up and use this as an opener, or maybe had one of his other flying guys use this as an opener, and then have everybody else use their True Strike and Air Touch, you basically have 100%, you know, a bunch of extra air damage going on. I mean, that, yeah, okay, that could be something. Let's have you with spears. Reflect. Yeah, replace that with Huapango. Or not. Yeah, put bows. We're down here. Either way, I'm liking the extra options. Fate Pact, no, because I don't like furries. Spittoon. No, let's give you a halberd. Now, why can you not equip these? What I want to know. Do I just not have any available? Yeah, that's why. Okay. Yeah, I just don't have any on hand. I'm being a dumb. Get circlets. Yeah, you're gonna need that extra dex, I think. Yeah, these are the... Ooh! Holy crap, that is a huge luck bonus from those. Alright, so crit builds are definitely a thing. There we go. And then lastly, Noah, and I swear to God, I'll finally actually start a fight here. I've been going on and on and on about this, that, and the other, and have not started anything. Prevent Stodiums from being revived. That... Okay. So, it seems like Necromancers can counter each other. Alright, I think this might be a little bit more useful this time around because there's actually a space for it. We've got the usual extras up here. And probably just give him extra mind powers. Are your weapon options the same, though? I don't think much changed down here. Condemn seems like it's entirely multiplayer only still. Yeah, I really don't see the point of it. So hopefully that can actually do something. Master Undead, you know, lets you get skeletons, so that's cool. Now, you've got more magic options, you got Necromancy, daggers, cudgels, and books this time around. I didn't know if he could use books before. Possible. Alright, Spellcraft is gone, so why don't you go ahead and pop on that Expanded Mind, or not. Expand your mind, man! Yeah, there we go. Done deal. I will actually start a fight now. That went on for ages, and for that I apologize. But if you're gonna science, you better science. Alright, got that sweet rain effect. Might get some lag. Oh yeah. We are lagging. Alright, regular range on the boulder for these guys. I don't believe they're affected by the rain by the looks of it. Okay, now... Dang it, I can't use it yet. Can I smack you with a book? Yeah, whatever. Here you go. This is what you get for what you did earlier. Check this out. He just slaps himself in the face, and of course, you know, lightning strikes right as I'm doing it, but whatever. He just smacks himself in the forehead. Ooh. Wow, that is some tearing. Why is that tearing so much? Should I not have decent? Wow, that didn't help. Okay, never mind. For some reason, his menu is all creepy. Oh yeah, I believe I mentioned this in the main thing, but Dark has been sort of semi-nerfed. Since their whole thing is to be kind of a jack-of-all-trades, they've got less range on their projectiles, but in general they have access to everything. So most debuffs they've got something for. But yeah, kind of gives more of a reason to use something other than Dark, because they can at least get that slightly extra range. Depends on how you see it. Alright, I forgot to... Oh, there we go, Leaping Monkey. Nope. Forgot to go buy some of the items to allow this to happen. Alright, for the sake of the rain, and for the sake of actually trying out her abilities, I'm gonna go and retreat out of this. Yes, yes, yes. Be so sad, scary, etc. And buy some of them sundries. Alright, what can I sell actually, because stuff got a little bit weird here. There we go, we got two of you. Buy some more of her items. Oh, okay, no, those are not what I thought they were. Hang on, so where are the ones for her ranged abilities? Do those not exist anymore? Seems like they don't, actually. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, it could be that she can't actually learn those now, so let me go to the shop. Check out your ninja crap. There's Wind Dervish. I am an idiot. They're TP based. What am I doing? Yeah, those abilities are TP, the other ones are reagents. Alright. Sorry. Kind of falling apart right at the face, isn't it? Okay. Ewan, who else was here? Necromancer. And who was the last one? Was it you? No, it was Kashua. And she was hit in the face with a book. Oh yeah, and to explain that earlier, no, it's not a weird sexism thing. She's just kind of... As I heard one reviewer put it, she takes the idiot ball and runs with it. Like, that is her whole role in the story. Like, every possible stupid decision that can be made, she's like, yep, I am all over that. I've got this. Like, you want me to betray everyone exactly when everything's going well? You got it. You want me to stand behind one guy and then completely pull a U-turn for no reason? Yeah, okay, you got it. And be a cold-blooded, just outright robot. Like, even to the point where if you go down the genocide path for this whole thing... Whoa. Okay, apparently they get this time. And it lags the game like crazy. But no, so, even if you go down the genocide path of the whole thing, they're like, oh, no, I'm totally gonna stand by my brother with all this other stuff, and then halfway through the story, they're like, oh, I'm slightly upset that my option for going through wars and stuff resulted in wars and stuff, so, you know, bye, I feel betrayed in my feelings and everything. Even though, right before that, they were, you know, telling off a guy for ever questioning anything that they've done because they're so amazing and no one should ever question it. Oh, Shuriken's poison now. Alright, good deal. Me like it. So, yeah. And you finally get her. And then most of the options in the conversation result in her offing herself. Like, dude, what is your problem? Especially, you know, if she ends up offing herself, that pretty much runs you out of the good ending. For any of the good endings. And opens up the option to get your face shot off at your coronation. Because, yeah, she's kinda necessary for the place not to go into civil wars and stuff. So, I don't know. Maybe use your brain or something, if there's an idea. It's just weird. She's all over the dang place. Like the one character that doesn't make any sense, no matter how you look at it. Okay, now that there's no thunder, let's just see if he'll go around this way. Check this out. Smack. MP. I gotta love it. So, yeah, these abilities, pretty darn good now. It doesn't seem like he gets projectiles anymore. So, that's a thing. They're more air attack, or just area attackers than anything else. Also, finally doing some pretty good damage. Obviously this is a late game, so that's not terribly fantastic, but it's alright. Do any of your skills have the ability to exist? None of your specials. How about your skills? Aerial resonance? Sure. Give it a shot. Air touched. Turned on the AC. His electric bill went through the roof. Not a healer. Alright, this... I believe it's the same as it was before. But it also seems to give haste now for some reason. Which I don't believe it did before. So that's more useful. Go ahead and give her that, because I want to see more of her stuff going on. Or Quicken, rather. yeah, late game heals can do like 150. That's not even particularly late game, that's just a heal 2. So heal 3s should be just incredible. Another thing I'm noticing, the triple space spears seem to be slightly gone. I could be wrong on that, but I believe the halberd used to be a space and then 2 spaces. So, that seems like a plus. Also probably should have done a drain there. Oh well. Now then, none of this is particularly useful, but let's see if Condemned does anything new. Awesome, so I basically screwed myself and did nothing to affect the other guy. I can't really see any viable use for Condemn. If I'm wrong, please let me know. Because I don't know of any way for the AI to actually recover any of their guys, they're just instantly dead. I mean, maybe they originally meant to include the whole countdown thing for the other side too, but they didn't. That's my guy. Why was I attacking my guy? Alright, now it's time for science. Alright, so, increase Raptor by 1 rank until next turn. Okay, so, let's drop a shadow. Now, I believe that's got more range on it as well. So we'll see if it has an effect on the shadow. See if there's some good synergy there. Bonk. And yeah, arrows still pretty darn strong, all things considered. But what can you do? It would be nice to see them change to more of a harassment unit than a sniper unit. Again, in I kind of hate to bring this up as an example because, you know, games and balance and crap, but historical context and all that, their whole deal was just cover an area in fire. Okay. Yes, first of all, that is crazy. So as I understand, their number of projectiles has gone down, but their damage has gone up. So there should be less, you know, hey, they rolled a 5 and insta-killed a guy, but, you know, you kept rolling 2s. Should be less of that. Alright. That's that. Oh. Oops. Okay, Alcoa seems to be just resistance now. Good to know. I guess we're not doing the whole combining stuff anymore. Judgment, sure. I can never see this ability without hearing that one really dorky song from the Yakuza game. Why don't you get faster again? Now, Quickened just appears to be haste this time around. Not actually an instant turn, so I could be wrong on what I was saying earlier. Why don't you... Oh! Crap, alright. Yes? Alright, now that I like. Looks like your Draconic stuff is actually useful now. Not only do you not need ridiculously rare and expensive reagents for it, looks like you can actually get really high successes in some pretty decent stuff. Drain Mind. Yeah, sure. Do that. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't use Draconic much before at all, but that is... I'm 99% certain that ability wasn't in there. Okay, first off, you get punched. Punched. Now, Broaden Force. Let's see what that does to that shadow. Booksmart. Yes. Okay. So, one golem could potentially make a friggin' 2-spot line. They can be an entire front line by themselves. Beautiful. Okay, good to know. Right, go back to the fight. We've got synergies. Thing I want to check out real quick. Your resistance lower? Yeah, your resistance is lower. There's still deck space, the resistance isn't as crazy high. So it feels like they got a little bit nerfed to be more of a dedicated attacker this time around. Alright, why are we lagging so much? Seems like the menu for the Griffin is a little bit iffy right now. I'm not sure what's up with that. Also, another really cool thing. Rakes actually replied to me earlier on a bit of an issue that I was having in terms of getting this to run on a PSP. Which, if you ran the patcher, it apparently had some issues where for some reason most custom firmware PSPs, at least from what I tested, there's a couple different firmwares on mine. And yeah, they didn't really want to work. Anyhow, he gave another program on how to more or less manually patch it into the original version. So just go in and replace the files. And you know what? Works beautifully. Works on a PSP. No way to actually transfer that onto a Vita that I know of, at least not a non-broken one. Also, this is lagging to the point that I'm actually considering to just run away from this fight. I think enough has been proven at this point. It's turbulence. Alright. Oh, by the way, that wasn't Draconic. I'm an idiot. That's just hair stuff. So, that's a little bit different. Actually, I don't think I even have any Draconic stuff for him. It's fine. I do a stupid sometimes. Actually, more often than I care to admit. But oh well. What else can be done here? I think that's going to be it for this particular save file. Now then. Where are these folks? Yeah, there we go. Alright. So on to the gun peoples. So right off the bat, this is way stronger than it was before, I'm very certain of that one. They seem to hit a lot harder, and they have a crap ton more health too, especially if you know, give them good armor and all that. But they seem to have a lot more. Let's see what they're doing skill-wise. Alright, Barricade, still gotta test that one out. Sharpshoot, still seems a little pointless. Yeah, so Course Correction, still just better Sharpshoot. Although Sharpshoot is available from an earlier point now. Now our guns are still 15. So... yeah, no, Sharpshoot is still kind of pointless. Honestly, unless their fusils can be reduced down to 3, I really don't see a point in that skill. You know what? Okay, I'll give it to them to see if it does something new. Other than that, I don't see anything new for them. I believe they could use daggers before. We'll just give a Sharpshoot and Barricade to each of them and go test it out. And there we go, which should be the last of them. Got some others as well, but I'm just going to use these for now. I don't care what else you have, just apply your skills. Because we need to go test some stuff. So I'm going to try to find a place that has any kind of beast units in it. Because the main problem with Fusiliers in the original, as far as I saw it, was the fact that once they got into late game, they had literally no options against beast units other than their kill moves. So, it was literally just charging those up and wailing on them over and over and over and over and over, and it was awful to the point where I started giving everyone field alchemy and just making orbs, because frankly, using your kill move to only get like 20 damage was disgusting. So, yeah, for whatever reason, they just could not get through their defense threshold at all, despite, you know, guns. They did really good against everything else, like it was almost a guaranteed 80, you know, 80 to 100 against everything else, but for some reason beast units just got stupidly tanky. Now, as I understand it, I'll go to Bahana. As I understand it, their stats have been changed to where they're more offensive and less defensive. Their resistance and defense are supposed to be dramatically lower this time around. Let's check that out. I'm pretty sure it was to address that sort of problem, where, you know, they were invincible and Dragoons were your only option. And as much as that makes that skill, or makes that class more viable, you know, it's just a pain in the neck. You shouldn't be shoehorned into specifically only using one thing. Alright, let's see how they do. Now, for the sake of disclosure, yeah, this is essentially like max level end game. Just using basic muskets. I don't believe I got the upgraded parts or books on this save file, but I could be wrong. Let's just see how they do. Okay, good. They can actually do... Holy Christ, that health, though. Okay, that makes more sense, though. Because, yeah, they're huge, they're bulky, and... Okay. Absolutely. You got a Crescent? Or a Miriam? Didn't that used to be the Crescent? I always wanted to call it the Crescente. Whatever. Let's see what kind of stuff we're dealing with. Twinblade, that's fine. Finial. Vicious Assault. Okay. Fata Morgana. Water damage and silence. Okay, so that's not stagger anymore. And then this one... Air and resets RT. Oh, yes. Very frickin' yes. Oh, come on now, lag. Fine. Turn off texture scaling. Had it set to 5. Okay. Now, let's go here. Skills. Not letting me use it. What? Whatever, I'm just glad to be doing damage, what can I say? Boom! They're doing a lot more damage, granted, but... oh well. So I could be wrong, but this range seems more than before. I wanted to say it was only like till here. Could be wrong on that. Yeah, dramatically more damage. It's not even a question. They don't seem to have any problem with armor bypass anymore. Even with high defenses and high health dragons, that's still decent enough to be able to actually take one down. And it feels a lot more reasonable than doing only 1s or 2s. Oof. Yeah, I forgot about two-handers being amazing now. Okay. Okay, breath attacks are just generally less accurate, it seems. As these guys don't have any of their passives, so... they shouldn't be as dodgy as I originally made them out to be. That was the whole crux of the gun run, making everybody super dodgy. As if they weren't sketchy enough. Whoa, dude. Chill. Yeah, okay. Their powers increase. Their RT is crazy low now, though. Okay, well, they all got a turn at the same time, so whatever. What am I doing? Okay, let's test out course correction first of all. Fine, that works as it did before. Bam. Pick up that card. Oh, actually one thing I should show off here. As far as the cards go, I believe they specifically give one stat point now. I want to test that out, because that was every other time that I tested it, it was that way. So 147. Let's check this out. And a void is now 148. So instead of being like a third of a point or a tenth of a point like before, it seems like they're consistently going to be something like that now. Alright. So, Gimlet, by the way, I love this change. So, damage doesn't matter too much, but resets their RT countdown. Beautiful. Why does... Oh, he has 118. Okay, never mind, that's just his maximum, I think. Oh, by the way, you just had your turn. What is yours? Oh my... 173? Okay. Yeah, they are a lot better, but oh my god. That is painful. Alright, let's maybe not. Let's see how this move looks now. Fired at something. Alright, Fata Morgana seems to look the same as the original Mirage Strike. Alright, next test is going to require shooting Kashua. I swear I'm not picking on her, I just want to put down a barricade. Put down a barricade, and what's it do? Alright, so it is 3. I believe it was always 3. Oh, that seems fine. And it would be nice to have it have Rampertora or something. So Rakes, if that's possible, and you haven't tuned out by this point, yeah, can we have Rampertora on barricades? That would seemingly make them better, or maybe just buff their health. Alright, also one thing I'm noticing, the kill moves. They don't seem to have a dead zone anymore. Actually, guns in general, they seem to allow point-blank fire. It also seems like if you're using gunners, the main idea is to repeatedly use Gimlet until something's just stuck. So they can focus fire one or a few things into submission. Which, yeah, fills their role really well, I have to say. Like, for the slow beatdown unit, or even just like the long-range punishment unit, that is... Your ideas on this stuff are amazing, man. So, couldn't ask for a better ability on them. I don't have their later abilities, because surprisingly, despite getting through an entire game and getting them all the way up to level 50, and them doing crazy damage the entire time, they still only have 2nd rank on their kill moves. Oh well. Right, so new dead weight. It's just gonna kill her. I believe it had a different thing now, so we'll take a look at that in a sec. And this party's screwed. So, nerfed in some ways, beefed in others. I love the changes. We're gonna go ahead and back out of this fight. Go take a look at what's changed with the Dragoons. Yes. Skip all this. Also, late game rangers. What else do they get? Well, I guess he doesn't get evade anymore. Maybe I should look at somebody that's actually alive. Let's see, back attack, that's normal, liberate. Not too much else. It seems like around 20s. Getting most of their good stuff out of the way. He has a lot of weapon options, though. I'm not seeing fusils. I believe he could use pistols before. I'm not seeing that on here. Now, can you turn into a pirate? Alright, is there some way... Let me go see if I have the book to actually craft the pirate marks. Or actually, first of all, let's take a look at what's changed gun-wise. Okay. So, I can actually make this different stuff. Let's check out what kind of power is going on. Alright, so best craftable gun for now is a... I like that new name. Yeah, let's see here. Ooh, stasis. Okay. I like your FFT reference. I assume that's what that is. Sorry, I'm just appreciating these new names for a sec. Where are my guns? This is the wrong section. 145, okay. So not a huge difference. I mean, for a slightly different crafted upgrade, that's fine. Yeah, so... Actually, let's take a look then, because, sorry. Being a little dyslexic here. 76, 85, 126... Yeah, once you start getting into the rifles, it's not too big of a difference, and it feels like those right there aren't too big of a difference either. It seems like rifles and pistols are kind of their own calibers. Now, let's see. Oh! Really? Okay. So Dragoons can use pistols now. Oh, man. Oh, I gotta see this. I gotta see this. Right. You there. Okay. That seems like a little bit of a downgrade damage-wise, considering we're going down from a pretty friggin' amazing sword. You still have fusils on for some reason, whatever. Let's see, no Dragon Scale, Shatter Scale. Alright, Dragon Slayer, yes. Also, can you equip Dragon Slayer and Beast Slayer at the same time now? I don't think you could before. Yes. Okay, what about Beastbane and Dragon's Bane? Since he's got all the points in the universe. Alright. Let's see, one-handed, two-handed, axes, spears, hammers, fusils, crossbows, sidearms... Wait, what? So if he's got a fusil skill, then he can use them. Okay. Maybe you can just use them regardless? Okay, I'm gonna have to see what the levels are for that. Steadfast and Siege, that's fine. TP treasure hunt. Alright. Let's see this. Dragon's Bane. Beastbane? Yes! You can equip all of them! Why that limitation was there, who the hell knows. But I'm 99% certain you could only equip one of them before, and that was dumb. They probably won't have parry anyway, but whatever. Alright, now this patilla. What are we talking level-wise? 18 and 15. Yeah, I don't see any restrictions that would be on there. Okay, so yeah, it looks like the respective classes don't have the ability to learn that skill, but if they learned it from somewhere else, they're able to carry it over. If I'm looking at this right, and if that's the case, that's really cool. So, Fusils? Do you have Fusils? Yes. You just can't learn it. Okay. More skill carryover I love. Okay. I guess it remains to be seen what else is there. But yeah, that's good stuff right there. Can he learn daggers? Yes, he can. So what can't he? Commanders. Alright, let me experiment real quick. Can you change back to a ranger? You can. Now, let's make you a warrior. Give you a two-hander skill. And spears. Does that allow you to equip those as another class? For that matter, now I have to see if there's synergy with double attack if we give him the beer ender. Katana. Alright. Beer ender and a pistol. Or, well, I guess not in this case. He can use rifles. Okay, so if they can use double attack, then they can't. Okay. No fusils for double attack. But can you attach two-handers? No. Okay. Good. So there's some skill carryover that makes sense. Alright. Much appreciated. For a second there I thought Sherry had a different stance, but I was wrong on that. Alright. Let's go to Majura. And replace you with you. Who else is at 36? You guys, I forget what exactly you were doing. Whatever. That Dorn and Rosalia in there. Card gauge. There we go. So this is with the express purpose to see how amazing Dragon Slayer with a pistol is. And yeah, this makes a lot of sense because the ye old-timey handguns and just guns in general, them things took 1 billion years to reload. Plus 44, I want to see how that compares. 32, 32, 32. Okay. So, the pistol doesn't take nearly as long as the rifle. That's fine. As it should be. Smack you around. Alright. Fine. Okay, so Haymaker is the replacement for the punch. I believe it just scales off strength now. At least scales a lot more. I notice like rock attacks and punch attacks do a lot more against unarmored stuff, but absolutely nothing against armored ones. Now, let's see. Bows against dragons. How much do you suck? The answer is very. They can block with their weapons now. Okay, cool. Alright. Well, that's ridiculous. It seems like late game is changing a lot towards managing RT. Alright, over here. Dragon Slayer. Okay, definitely shorter range, but yep, does work properly. I want to see just how much that works. Probably should have tested this before, but yeah, it does 20 beforehand. Still does 170 to these guys, so it actually does make pistols a lot more viable. Part of the issue was in the original, because of the low damage on the pistols, there was no reason other than maybe the Cursed Fusel to ever use a pistol. Right. Anyhow. That's fine for this test. What else is there to test, really? Other than stuff that would come up in the story. I don't believe these guys get anything unique. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know right now anyway. Yeah, let's load up another file, see what can be found. Now let's check out the Lord, see what he's up to. And this was the no skill run. Okay, first aid. Okay, this seems to work like chakra from FFT. Got a lot of proof skills on you. And in general, not much that you can do yourself, but presumably can carry over all of it. And then Zelston. Unfortunately, I don't know about... Okay, you can become a Buccaneer. Want to take a look at your skill tree real quick? So he is apparently the unparalleled best at deck stuff. So let's see, fists, daggers, swords, axes, hammers. Okay, he's got a lot more weapons to choose from this time around. Doesn't get access to fusils yet. He does already have it learned. This looks about the same. And that item effects will also be affected. Okay, so presumably if they're using evade, they can, they potentially can't be healed with items. Okay. Red Reptile, Speedstar, and Barricade. So I don't have any saves where I have him leveled up, so... That just is kind of how it is. What are you? You're that... Hang on. I know I had at least one save where I had the Maguses, or whatever they're called in this one, unlocked. Not Maguses, what were they? I don't remember right now. Alright, let's see late game Berserkers. What's changed here? Right. I don't think that's happening. Risk management, that's fine. A lot more reflect damage, a lot more tactician. Ooh, double attack? Okay. Feels like that with the two fist weapons is a... Oh, he's actually maxed out. Is at least a guaranteed, a guaranteed poison. At least it feels that way. Oh! Actually, another thing. Can you equip parry and deflect at the same time now? Feels like it might be overpowered, but let's see. Please say you can. Aw. Well, worth a shot. And Berserk. This Sanguine... Okay. So that's just 50% now. Pretty sure it was dramatically more than 50% before. The TP cost seems lower, I think, because I think it used to be 60, if I'm not mistaken. Berserk is the same. Now let's give you 2 fist weapons, and yeah, start off with whatever's going on here. I don't remember this party whatsoever. Don't know what fight this is. We'll just see. Oh, okay, well, it's actually the last fight. Yes. Stuff happens. Let's see how the AI handles this. At least we can see if the AI can handle all their bizarre skill sets. And we'll just do part 1 of this fight. Doppelgangers. What? The hell is Key Strike? Okay, I guess that's just the punch for clerics? Why do I even have them in this party? Truth be told, I have no idea what the hell I have on any of these guys right now. I probably have the completely worst party available. Also lagging like just absolute insanity. Alright, frame skip. Yeah, welcome to Glitchland. I really can't say that's better. Okay, yeah, war dances. Completely forgot to look into those. Alright. 1 frame skip seems to be alright. It's just a little bit foggy. Alright, Fan of the Brave. No, it doesn't. Okay, a small amount of HP. Fortifies multiple, breached on multiple, slows multiple, reduces TP. So these seem to be the same, they're just TP based now. And it seems like they have a lot more accuracy right off the bat. Alright, actually no, I'm turning off frame skip. That mess is weird. I have a little bit of lag than anything of that sort. Okay, the late game basic abilities are still really good. Or actually, are now really good, before they would be doing nothing. Let's go up and, I think, punch her. How well this works. Punch. Punch. Dang, that's good. Alright. Berserkers can actually berserk now, and I'm... Okay. Okay, they can make use of it, good. So, okay, next thing I want to test here is whether Sanguine Assault actually affects that double attack. Alright, Fulcreon doesn't do what it should. I'm pretty certain that's supposed to have more range, but whatever, we'll ignore that. Ouch. You. You're an archer. Alright, so... one-handed bows. Trash, gotcha. I guess not complete trash, but mostly just kind of harassment tier, more or less. Tokens are still poisonous. That actually makes them a threat. I am still wondering whether a key strike is for flavor or whether it actually does something different. Alright. Please stop lagging. Yeah, unfortunately, this game is one of those that really does not like emulation. No matter how high I set the priorities or whatever else. Let's see what happens. The priorities... And the priorities dropped. And Let's see. Go to details. Why are you not prioritizing that crap? Yeah, there we go. Now it's gonna lag for a sec. And we should be good. Okay. It just reset the priorities. That was entirely my fault, and I apologize. I always forget that I have to do that. Oh, goodness. Okay. Berserkers are fun again. Let's throw a rock. That serves a purpose now. Can actually do some plink damage with it. Goya Sundown. Oh man. That I think that's supposed to be like Earthrend. Okay, you don't have healing abilities anymore. You have crossbow abilities though. Seems like one-handed crossbows are pretty weak here also right now. What is that thing that you just blocked it with? And when can caffeine move again? Huh, well that answer's never. Well, I don't have any earlier saves that have Sanguine Assault, so... Alright. Let's use the cheat reset. Because we must science... What items can actually reach him? It's still lagging a bit. Better than before. There we go. Yeah, you guys do whatever, you can't do anything anyway. Really, all I want is for caffeine to get to the next turn, and then I can test that out, and that can be that. Oh, wrecked. When can I have a turn? I would like one, please. And hopefully that'll be just enough to survive that last thing for Dergaloa or whatever his name is. I say, as he takes a little bit of a chip off him. It's still just enough. Come on. Oh yeah, he's got heal moves. I probably should have been using those. Oh well. Well, can I have a turn yet? No? Cool. Basic area? Is that much? Alright, so his turn's next anyway. Heal 3. Let's see, 162 plus what? Oh my god! 250! Okay, clerics no longer suck. At all. Sanguine. I'm pretty certain this guy can't be knocked back. Okay, he can be knocked back. Now, what would he have done normally? But... okay. Isn't that what he just did? Okay, so, no, it got pretty well nerfed. But that's still really good. So that's... yeah, that's a lot more reasonable now. Actually, hang on, no. There's one more thing to test here. did it affect both attacks? Yes, it did affect both attacks. Yeah, 162, 171. No. No, it doesn't. Wait, but then... It didn't... Well, okay, it did a crit. That's why I'm thinking it changed it. Let's see. Dark. Frighten. I'm gonna take a look at these real quick. Nice. That's cool looking. And what's 3 look like? Rage, earth damage to an area, damage by TP. Omni Strike, let's see, double attack that does lightning to a single. Okay. Howling Rage, I believe that's new. Okay, that's changed in terms of what it does, but seems to be good. And then Blazing Grasp is the same, I'm pretty certain. Yeah. Okay. So... I think that's everything that I wanted to test here. Minus stuff that just kind of comes up. But yeah. Can't get over how incredible this mod is. Like, this is well and beyond anything I ever would have expected. I really don't know what else there is to say about that. Anything weird over... Oh dear god, everyone's dead. Sorry, everyone. Night, 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 night. What the hell was I doing with this run? I think this was just like basic soldiers, was that the run? I guess. I don't know. Either way, super excited to hear that there might be a potential, I guess, life rebalance. So, you know, that would be awesome to see. I was kind of thinking also there could be kind of a speed up on bleed out, so it's more of a thing. You have to get them up or they're actually out. But that might be a little bit too much, I don't know. Let's see what's on this save file. Probably... That's my original one? Yeah, I believe this might have been my original save file. Yeah, order of caffeine. Sounds right. I'm pretty certain it is. Yeah, and I'll never stop saying it. It's incredible. This is very unexpected for absolutely certain. Oh, by the way, also looks like Folkert got a new sprite as well. But yeah, kind of came out of the blue. Been expecting something like this for, well, it's been like 7 years since this came out. So there you go. You know, keep up the awesome stuff. Hoping to, you know, see what else you do with this mod, and well, excited to cover it. So have a good one if you watch this, if you stuck around this long, and have a great day.